Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in for this talk. We'll start in a couple of minutes. We'll just for rest of the participants to join in, and then let's have the conversation going in. Meantime, if you want to introduce yourself, you can write your name, which organization you work for, and your purpose for joining this call in the chat window, so that we can understand which background you're from and what's your what is the key takeaway you're looking to take away from this webinar. We'll be emphasizing on a lot on quality and in gas pipeline construction during the webinar. I hope that would be of interest to you. Well, so without wasting much time, let's get into the topic for today. Let me share my screen. Okay. I hope you're able to see my screen now. So what we are going to discuss today is about the role of the Go Digital platforms, the digital aid softwares that can help you in assuring a gas pipeline quality construction. Um, First and foremost, hearty welcome to you all. Thank you for tuning in for this talk. Uh, your interest in joining this webinar would certainly be because of the reason for you joining this webinar would be the quality that we have used while we talk about the gas pipeline construction. See, India is a growing nation, and the deadlines or the high vision we have set up to gasify the nation by 2025, 2030, with around 60 to 70%, that has led to huge amount of construction across the breadth and width of the country. There's a lot of construction, cross-country pipeline construction going on. There is a lot of construction going on from state to state, city to city, and intercity construction through plastic pipes for serving the domestic consumers, right? So while this amount of construction is going on, it is very important that we focus on the quality part of it, because it's a quality always leads to a better operation, right? So in a simple words, do it right once so that you can avoid the hassle of maintaining it or the hassle of repairing it on a frequent basis, right? So do it right once is what the quality is all about. Now, as that you're on this webinar, if I may ask, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say quality? Please type for me in the chat box. What is that first thing that comes to your mind when we talk about quality? Quality, when you talk about project, when you talk about gas pipeline construction, what is that comes to your mind when you say quality? I understand like quality in terms of construction, quality in terms of welding, quality in terms of delivery, quality in terms of the service provision. A lot of things that come into mind when you say quality, right? Yes. And most prominent thing that comes into our mind when we say quality is safety. Cost, service assurance, exactly, and oh, long lasting. I agree to it. So these are the few things that come to our mind when we talk about the quality of part of the construction, right? Now, if I may ask you, what is the role of quality in gas pipeline construction, and why is it of utmost importance? So why is it? What is the role of quality in gas pipeline construction? Without any bias, I can say that every one of you, when I said the importance, the role of quality in gas pipeline construction, even before anything, you might have said to yourself, oh, it's very important. Because a slightest leakage of gas or slightest negligence during construction can lead to huge disasters. Very true. And that's the reason we talk about the quality in association with the gas pipeline construction. These two are uh, a hand-in-hand words, a hand-in-hand work that needs to be done during the construction to ensure the output or the deliverable of it is of highest quality. The first qualification criteria for assessing gas pipeline construction is quality. And where does the journey of ensuring quality start? Yes, right from the planning stage, right from the moment we envisage the thought of laying a pipeline gas pipeline on the ground, the planning of it will start the laying the foundation further, a quality construction to start, a gas pipeline with a quality to be ensured. So in this webinar, we will focus on how this quality about a gas pipeline construction can be monitored and achieved using a digital platforms. Okay, so that we can understand and also achieve. I'll demonstrate the tools and measures that can be used to ensure that your gas construction pipeline is as per the quality standards. Great. So if that is okay, I would like to take a moment and introduce to you about me and our organization and why is it relevant for us to talk about this gas pipeline construction. I hope everyone is okay with it, right? Thank you. So we are Magik Minds, an organization that is 12 years old this December. We have been working explicitly with utilities and telecoms across the globe in their geographical information systems, GIS systems implementation, and enabling their field systems with an digital assisted platform so that there is an edge-to-edge connectivity right from the field to the back office, and the real-time information from the field is transferred back to the office. We work with some of the largest players across the globe in terms of gas transmission, power transmission, and telcos. Our mission has been to enable a bridge with a technology implementation that can actually replicate the on-field scenario in the back office system so that you can use this information for process optimization and enable an omni-channel data collection process from the field using the digital transformation process. We focus on standardizing and defining the process which can enable the systems to see a better side of the things. We have been working with some of the elite customers with our Go Digital platform, Field On, uh, catering to the needs of various gas construction companies in India on a very large scale, who are giving us, who is for whom it is giving the information real time from the field. I'm Karthik. I have been working with largest telecoms, utilities, and gas companies in enabling it, in bringing them onto a digital journey to ensure that their on-field data collection process simulates the needs of the organization and ensuring a quality process is established by properly monitoring the work that is happening on the field. Now, what determines quality? According to you, what determines quality? Let me understand and let me hear it from you. Okay. You can type in the chat box what determines quality for you. True. First, we understand the quality of the construction is good when we know that the operation hassles are less. So, less operation hassles. Agreed. Okay. Then, what determines quality? Correct. If you have a proper process defined and you're following the guidelines, what comes after one step to one step? That ensures you achieve the quality. So process and guidelines followed. Most of the organizations have a well-defined guidelines for construction, which ensures or helps them track the quality process. Great. And then quality check and approvals. That's correct. When you actually able to measure something, that is when you're able to take corrective actions that can deliver the quality for you. So proper, so quality checks and approvals, QC approvals, I'll probably write it as so that it's easy to understand. And then uh, measuring the performance. Yes, when in the gas pipeline construction industry, the field personnel performance is something that needs to be very well measured. For example, when you talk about steel pipeline construction, a 12 meters long pipe being welded together, the, the quality of welding that is being done determines the quality of the project as well. In a similar line, when we are doing a plastic PP pipe, an MDP pipe laying, the way they have been hinged together actually gives you the right quality of the construction. So that's very true. Measuring the performance uh, on field, and then um, handshake between all departments. True. In a way, how does the information flow between various departments actually determines the quality of the project? A better communication and a better uh, collaboration between on-field and back office and the GIS team. GIS team and the again the planning team will actually determine how the quality of the project is actually moving towards, right? So handshake between all departments, agree to it, and then accurate reporting and on-time fixing. True. Issue identifying an issue and fixing them on time will lead to saving a lot of time and avoiding last minute rush. Oh, that's again a good one. Last minute rushes generally lead to in any project. If there's a rush at the last moment, the quality gets compromised. If we are better planned and better equipped from starting of the project, then probably the quality determination the deterioration that happens because of the last minute hassles can very well be avoided. So yes, avoiding last minute rush and reporting. True. See, if we consider this as seven top reasons or seven top qualities that can actually determine the quality, uh, what actually, how do you, if these are the parameters, then how do you measure it? Yeah, I think that point is very well valid that, okay, someone mentioning that um, ensuring that when you're laying a pipe, understanding the parameters like if the mat level has been maintained, the depth level has been maintained, and proper markings are being done, that will actually determine the quality of the project. Very much true. Um, that kind of information ensures that, okay, I'll mark it out here, eighth point saying that um, proper markings and location information. True, because this is what actually helps the quality team, the operations team at the later point of time. If these are the parameters against which we are actually measuring the quality of the project, or the parameters which determine the quality of the project, then how do you actually measure this quality? It's only know when you know how to measure it, you can bring in a system that has all these parameters built in it, which can help you measure the quality, right? So, how to measure this quality? I think the process remains the same. You plan, you act on the plan, you measure it, you check, and then you improvise it. It's a continuous cycle. Even if you're talking about a project that is of length 1 meter, 1 kilometer, or you're talking a project that is going across the cross country for for 800 to 900 kilometers, the process remains the same. You plan, you act, you measure, you improve. But what are the parameters on which you need to, how do you measure them, right? That's what actually helps you go back and um, make the corrections. So if for measuring a project quality, the information we need is how are we positioned against the master working plan. So we always have something as an MWP, right? Which is the master working plan for your project. When you measure against it, you know what is the progress you're doing and how are you actually working to understand if you're working as per the plan or not. So what was the plan versus what is actually work done. So, and then how do you, like for example, there are welds when you do a lot of steel pipelining requires welding to be done. If you know the number of welds that are being repaired, You'll come to the two parameters out of it. The quality of the engineer who is actually performing the welding, one. Two, uh, the number of higher the number of welds that are repaired, um, the higher the risk, right? So, I mean, the repaired welds, not the actual welds, the number of the welds that are repaired again. Once you do the welding, if it is going through the radioactivity process and an ultrasonic penetration testing, and you see that there is a requirement to do the rewelding because there is a leak or there is the quality of it is not up to the mark, that indicates it needs to go to a repair. So repair process indicates the number of times the repair, like a weld goes to repair, giving an indication about the quality, right? What are the roadblocks that have been encountered and how are you actually um, able to transform that information from the field to the back office about the roadblocks that have been encountered and how you are actually taking a corrective measures to overcome the roadblocks. See, when a roadblock is entered, like for example, you have encountered a rock, a large rock, while you are actually doing it pipeline construction. Now, the on-field has a choice, has an decision to take whether they go on a horizontal drilling and get the pipeline, or they gonna de, detour and take a longer route for the pipeline construction so that you don't damage the rock, or do you want to change the rock, or you actually go an underground laying, or you go through an surface level piping at that point to get the process done. So all this process is actually the roadblock that has been encountered and solution that has been provided. Now, what is the right solution? And for the contractor, it could be a low cost solution. But for an organization, it's the quality that is to be delivered, right? Which will ensure its long term plans. So that actually helps in taking that actually is one of the parameters that will help you determine the quality to measure it, how the decisions have been taken, and the proof of work done. When a work is being done on the field, you need evidences of the proof, evidences for the work that has been done. A weld has been performed right. What's the proof? An RT report. A weld has been lowered properly. What is the proof? A photographic proof giving you information about the depth at which it has been laid, or the distance from the nearest or other utility that's going by, right? There are various information that needs to be kept in track to understand the quality of the construction. What is the accuracy of the construction data in terms of location, in terms of the markers that has been placed, so that you understand the needs of the operation, right? The quality of it is operating. And most importantly, all this information we are talking about needs to be available on a daily basis so that the quality has to be for quality. The first thing is that how quickly it has been reported if an issue, and secondly, how quickly it has been fixed. You measure something today and you fix it next week does not happen, because gas pipeline construction goes at a rampant speed where you make a hole, where you make a trench today, lower the pipe, do the welding, finish it off, and you actually backfill it. And if you are saying that after a week I'll come back and fix it, by the time there's a lot of work that has already been done and there's a lot of rework has to be done. Quality requires safety, quality requires less rework, quality talks about the process that to be followed, which can help reduce the operational errors. Now, if this is how you measure the quality, how do you achieve this quality? We talked about planning. Planning starts from your central office. You use some design software to determine the route, the amount of equipment or the material that will be required, and understanding the kind of other utilities that are encountered during the construction process, right? So you plan, design, and you assign it for a field engineer to work upon it. Then on the field, um, when you perform the joints, you're doing the inspections on a regular basis, identifying the assets that are being used will give the information about the quality that has been provided. And then your project office being able to, the back office team being able to, the project management team or the supervisor team being able to, on real time, on the near real time, being able to assess the kind of work that is being done, understand the status of the construction, understand the kind of roadblocks that are being encountered, do a quality check, quality approvals, the kind of information that is being retrieved, ability to send back and raise an alarm to the field team to make some corrections, again contributing to your all contributing to your review process. And finally, all this information being seamlessly transferred to your in-house systems like GIS and asset management systems, giving an indication about the kind of work that has been done. So when you, in these four stages, if you actually implement proper reporting, proper planning, inspections, approvals, and workflows, approval workflows properly incorporated, then probably we will be able to achieve the quality because we know the parameters against what we need to measure. We know what are the parameters for quality. We know the parameters, how to measure it, and we also know the process to achieve it, right? So any system you talk about, any digital system, we used to rely on a lot of paperwork in the past, but the kind of construction we are seeing today, relying in papers is a very big hassle. How can we resolve it? Introduction of digital systems at transformation towards a digital journey wherein these parameters are incorporated into the system in such a fashion that when a project is being constructed and a pipeline is being constructed, the system being able to raise the flags when a parameter is being violated. Like for example, let's assume that for a 12 pipe, for a 12 meter pipe with a diameter, the depth of the trench should be 4 meters. But the trench depth has been done only for 3 meters. Okay, that's an indication parameter that the quality has been compromised over there. There could be an exception scenarios, but that exception scenarios also need to be noted, right? Right. And then kind of weather in which the construction has happened is again giving an indication about the soil was wet or dry when the construction is being happening. Um, Attaching the respective information, the approval seeking, if you're laying underground under to the road, you're digging the road, the kind of permission that has been seeking, all this actually construct to the quality, right? So a system that can actually envisage all this information into it and provide a system which can actually give you or help you measure all these parameters is what a digital aided system that can help you measure the quality. Field is one such platform. Field Progress is one such tool that we have designed, especially keeping gas construction companies in mind, wherein um, a reliable tool for automating the back office process for quality monitoring can be achieved. Like every action that is being performed on the field, every action that is being performed on the field, I stress it back, is being relayed to the back office team in real time and also attaching the evidence proof of work being done so that the system at the back office can read through the information and raise the alarms wherever there is a discrepancy in the information or enabling a manual approval process such that uh, the information being collected on the field or the process being followed on the field can be monitored and reflected back or sent back for correction when some deviation occurs. It's a complete paperless solution which saves a lot of time and enables capturing of location information, markers information, every process in your gas pipeline construction, stringing, trenching, lowering, backfilling, radiography, ultrasonic penetration, coating, backfilling, all step-to-step process can very well be captured in this process, and this can be information real time, can be seen in real time. Let me show how the system works to you. If you're able to see my browser right now, let me log in into the system. Um, if a particular, if there's a particular gas utility that is actually having the solution and they are using for project construction or gas pipeline construction, um, if I just log in further, okay, hold on. There's a quality check over there, huh? Okay, so these are various projects which are of MDP nature of MDP and steel, which is essentially domestic and steel pipeline construction that is happening. Various projects are running over here. So let me take a project example. You can see that during the time of construction, as the project construction is happening on the field, I can see the real time information. This information is generally available after the construction is completed because you do a survey. But with this tool, what happens is that because we are talking about measuring the quality in real time, right? We can see the information as the network is being laid on the field. I can see that there's a network being laid, and probably there's a gap over here, which is an indication there's a possibility of an horizontal drill that happened over here because there cannot be a trench that cannot be digged upon. All the weld information I can see there's a T junction over here, and there is construction that has happened that is to be happened is pending over here. Um, Over here again, I see a gap in construction. There's a flyover going by, and there's a construction pending. So if I just switch this to a satellite view, oh, you can see over here why there is a gap in construction. So this information is being relayed on as the construction is progressing. I can see my asset information. Um, how many pipes have been laid, and I can see the QA/QC status pending because it has not gone into the approval yet. So if I look into the QC workflow state condition over here, it has not been initiated yet, right? What is the history of approval? I can very well see it over here. And all the assets, like for example, I go to the welding. Uh, I can see the welding details. I can see the photo of the welding. Oh, I can also see the video while the welding process is being done. So it is giving an information to the back office team of how the process is being executed. Sign off being done. You can see the quality approval status on this. It says under RT review. So once the RT is being, the status would be updated, and then we'll know whether it's accepted, whether the RT team has accepted it or not. So a quality check has been done over there. All the assets are being quality assessed. Um, and then you also have every activity being tracked to the last leg, like row clearing and grading. When at the initial stage of the project, we are actually doing a row clearing and grading. You can see how the land, what do you call, topology was there, and how it is being grounded so that the construction can happen. You have information about the stringing that is happening, the pipe length, where is the stringing happening at that point of time. If an NDT ultrasonic has been done, which segment reported what details, how if the examination of surface happened, it was an internal examination or an external examination. What kind of transducer that has been used, what kind of frequency that has been used is being reported. Documents or the radiography reports are being attached so that that can be assessed by the quality team. Multiple levels of quality can be introduced, one at the contractor level, one at the regional level, one at the central office level, one at an external audit level, so that various level of quality checks are being passed before the information is actually being approved. If any repair is happening, which weld went through repair, and what kind of repair that has been done, if you have actually replaced a complete weld and done a new welding, if you have cut the pipe and then done a rewelding, if it is only a segment of it which was actually a problem, so you actually repaired only that segment of weld. So all that kind of information can very well be fetched through this system. And you can see that the last possible crossings, restoration markers that have been installed, all that information is being properly maintained so that it is actually acting as a journal or a transaction log for every action that is being performed, which is giving your back office team to assess the quality of the construction that is happening. See, everything when the construction is happening on the field supervisor who is monitoring it is only the person that is looking at it. But when a back office team is getting a feasibility to look into information, there is many more eyes that are getting to view the construction process happening and provide the required information or the knowledge to ensure the quality is being taken care of. Weld is one process where a welding team is having an efficient understanding of installation of restoration markers or the pipeline markers, which is important for the operations teams. The operations team can indicate where this construction where the markers have to be installed. The GIS team able to being looking to the location information and giving you heads up about the location accuracy so that when the operations team are operating on it in future, the right location will get across, right? So they all these are actually contributing to your the way we have seen what that determines quality. These parameters are very well incorporated into the system so that a digital system is For your real construction that's happening on the field, there's a real twin that is being created in the system in the back office so that you can actually visualize the construction process that is happening. Various reports, like for example, there's a dashboard, QC dashboard available for me on this project, which is telling total how many stringings have happened, how many have been approved, how many have been revalidated, how many have been rejected, and how many are pending, right? Which is actually giving the state, this is a progress report for the project on various activities and assets, right? I just go back over here onto the project. Uh, I can see the welder information, and also I can see his certificate so that right to work can be verified. Asset information that is coming from the ERP system so that we know how much amount of inventory is available, how much has been consumed, and how much is pending. Uh, all the reports that are generated in the system, we know that there are a lot of reports that are required on a daily basis when a pipeline construction is happening. It could be stringing, lowering, trenching, pipe work, daily progress reports, dashboards, crossings, hydro test reports, performance reports. So all this can be automatically generated without any manual intervention now because um, the information is being collected from the field through a digital device like any handheld mobile device. You're able to capture this information, which is ensuring that you're able to capture this information and use it for the report generation process without manual less the manual intervention, less the amount of errors that can creep into the system, right? So system giving the ability to generate these kind of reports on the fly. Now, how is it like for many of you, you might be thinking, okay, in the back office, I can visualize this information, but where is this information coming from, right? So let me show you my mobile device. Let me just stop the screen sharing over here for a moment and then bring up my mobile device so that you'll be able to look at the location in how we are actually capturing this information. Okay, I hope you're able to see my screen at this point of time. This is my mobile screen. So let me switch quickly, launch the application. So I can see the project that we were looking in the back office system a moment ago with the pipeline network information available. So you can see the construction pipe happening over here. I can just click on it to see the wells that are available over there. Okay. So how do I capture the information now? When I click on this project, at the bottom of the screen, I hope you're able to see my screen where I can see various options like assets, activities, and materials, right? So over here, essentially what I'm trying to do is that every activity being performed, like if I have to perform a stringing activity, I'll just go over here, bring up the stringing, and then select the pipe number, which I want to stringe, mention the kilometer, chainage numbers, section length, and then take a photo and then submit it. So you're actually done with the stringing of one activity. So when you're capturing all this information is captured from the field in real time. So any activity that has to be captured, it has a respective attributable form in which the information can be captured. And then when you want to capture an asset, you can go to the assets tab. And you want to capture GPS location, you can click on the GPS tab so that you can actually capture the exact location of it. If you have a high accuracy Bluetooth GPS device, which can give you a centimeter accuracy, that can very well be added to it so that the information can be utilized for accurately pointing the exact pointing to the location. So welds, pipes, all assets can be captured through this, and your field engineers will be able to see the available material, how much has been consumed and how much is available, right? So this is some useful information that is available for you. That is how you capture the information from the field, right? Everyone has a mobile device right now on the field, so that can be utilized to capture photos, videos, and capture the information so that your back office team is actually able to see this information in near real time, right? So the way we were discussing about the various parameters, right, that can help us capture the quality and determine the quality, you can very well see that all of them has been very well incorporated into the system, and we have some of the largest enterprises and some new players in gas industry using this application for ensuring that their project construction process and the way they manage their contractors and quality is at the highest quality as possible. So what we are looking at is, or we envisage a process wherein a digital assisted construction process, which can help us achieve a higher quality um, by connecting every edge to edge, every system in the process being connected to each other and being able to talk to each other so that we deliver a high quality network, right? So it's in a holistic digitalization we are talking about for growing India and a gasified nation. So taking a recap of what we have seen about how, what are the parameters that is required to define equality, how can we measure equality, achieve the quality, and how a digital system can help us collect this information, track this information, and uh, take corrective actions, do the approvals, and also send this information back to the GI system for better maintenance, right? So that brings me to the end of this webinar, where I wanted to enable you understand how Field on Progress can help you with a digital platform for measuring the quality. So I'll keep the floor open for any questions. Please feel free to ask your questions and write us back at contact@fieldon.com if you want any specific understanding of how the system works, or you want to try the system in your construction process. We'll be very, very happy to assist you and be the catalyst in your digital transformation journey.